The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the audio show.
So I noticed the writers, they selectively choose exactly when they think they want to use a Jesus or a God reference. Anytime it comes to Amber, it's about God. When it comes to Anthony, it's not about God. It's about Anthony being evil. And so basically he's painted as the guy who is evil. Amber is painted as a woman who is a woman of God. She's the only person of God in the entire skits. Shamin, you're on Amber's side. Just stay up on the side. I know you don't like what's going on, but as of right now, your views are skewed there. Stay there for right now. Maybe you're going to change later on, but as of right now, that's the side we're lay upon right now. You understand? Erica, don't quit, mommy. Don't quit. You have to just watch your skits them and just enjoy them and don't worry yourself about them. Only expect not too much and that, that way you watch it properly. Terry, big up yourself. Let's go.
You've been calling me.
Yes, back to back. Yeah, where you at?
I'm at Anthony's house getting the rest of my stuff.
Oh, man, why don't you let me go with you? I would have helped you. You okay?
I am so sick of this man.
Why are you sick of him? What did he do? What did he do that no one else would have done? Because I would have done the same thing. I want people to understand what's going on. This woman has been with this man. She take this man back. The man has been there. Regardless, the man has been not very, very supportive. However, she decides she's going to leave him. But she wants to walk off into the sunset with another guy, right? Not on her own, where she's saying, you know what, Anthony, I just can't be with you right now. Let me spend some time for whatever. This is set up in a man's head. You want to walk off into the sunset with another guy and take 50% of my money. I'm sorry, friends, it's not happening. Anybody at all is going to think differently of that. But again, maybe y'all won't think that way. Somebody asked me, O'Neill, what if this was your cousin or sister or mother or whoever it is that they want to try to use? How would you feel? That you should take it and move on if she really is serious about moving on and stop complaining?
You know, he offered me 10%. Said that he couldn't give me more than what he gives God.
Are you kidding me?
He's
So
diabolical.
now you're bringing God into this?
Amber brings God into this all the time, Ernestine. Yesterday when Amber was crying ashes and sackcloth as to how, she received this house from Dave and, even with the idolatry that's happening there and the adultery, because all of them doing idolatry, she was using God. So why Anthony can't talk about God now? I feel like God is so selective. When it comes to Ernestine and Amber, it's all about God. But when it comes to Anthony, it's not about God. Is that what we're saying? So in other words, only two people represent God. But while I'm still committing adultery at the same point in time, but God's still in there. Forget it. Let's go.
Diabolical.
10%, Amber?
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
I felt so stupid. I should have just left him when I had an out. But no, me trying to be a Christian wife, trying to do the right thing, trying to see the best in somebody who's clearly evil. I stayed like a dummy. And now...
You're not a dummy. You're not a dummy. God sees how you moved and God will reward you. Anthony will have to answer to God on his own time.
So God sees how she moves, but she's still committing adultery. And God will reward. God sees how she moves, even with the adultery, but God will reward her, but God won't reward Anthony. This is why O'Neill have to stand up strong between every single thing, because I realize that morality is being skewed to the woman. So in other words, women are morally correct. It's what Ernestine is saying. I'm giving you Ernestine language. Women are morally correct, like Amber is morally correct amidst the adultery. But an Anthony is skewed towards the devil. That's basically where that is. Stop it.
How he did you and how he's still doing you. Oh, Amber, I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I need to just get in my car and drive. I'll hit you later, okay?
Hey, call me, let me know you're okay?
Yeah, I will.
All right, love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Here it goes.
I've been through some things.
No one hasn't been through anything.
God came to save me and set me free, but I did listen, God.
All right. This moment, God gave both of them an out. Because, see, for me, God works for everyone. But for Amber extremists, God only works for Amber. God, as far as God is concerned, only Amber God cares about. God don't care about anybody else except Amber. But for me, God works for everyone because, that's how I think of God when I look at God. If he's a supreme being and he's omnipresent and omniscient and all that kind of stuff, then he works for everyone, for me, right? So let me stand on that. That's perfectly fine. I'm okay with standing on that and taking all the heat for that. In this moment when Anthony stood up, let's not forget that Anthony basically, and I like this because it came from Riri and she had to remind me of this. Let's not forget that Anthony actually filed a divorce and asked to be out of this marriage because he felt like he wasn't right. So he went to go file for an actual divorce and she stayed. Let's not forget that. So she never do nothing valiant and nothing else for whatever else it is because Anthony realized something wasn't right. Let's just make sure put that into context.
When you came to set me free, I didn't listen, God.
Really?
Oh, now
I'm sorry,
that
but I can't. You know I've been a straight shooter from day one. I can't let you go
what you
through with
was
this.
doing for me, but
Now, let's put that on the backdrop as well of how she came into the marriage. Because all of this has to be spoken together. She come into the marriage particular kind of way. This itself happened. So you have two wedges happening at the same point in time. Him get an out from when Shayla spoke to him, but he didn't take the out either. So let's make sure we have that in there. Because don't make it look as though she's the only one getting these outs because she's been the goody two shoes all the time and nothing has occurred, and she was the one that was all this good and Anthony was the one that was all this bad. Make sure to have that backdrop. But of course, this is about Amber at this point in time, so they're going to give you that she had a way out. All right? Let's keep going.
I didn't listen.
Hold on, wait till he starts the timer.
You came to set me free.
Mommy's sorry that she has to do this to you, baby.
All the pain was supposed to help me get out the rain.
All right. So now this moment I see and I agree with her at this moment because yes, in this moment, this man have this child for whatever it is, then yes, in this instant, she could have left because at this point in time, it is what it is. A child is going to be hard for her to take on, but she decided to take this on. It is what it is. That's a choice you've actually made. But this is the moment now you probably can give her and say, well, she should have taken herself and take a walk at this particular moment because in here, Anthony basically is putting up with this woman. However, even with that being said, this woman is here because she has allowed this woman to be here. That's also the back end story of all of that. So when O'Neill speaks, O'Neill is very, 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 very equal. O'Neill is seeing all sides of the angles because certain people only see one side. All them see is Amber being there. Them forget that Amber basically encouraged Sheila to be there. Them forget all of those other pieces, right? O'Neill is seeing all of the sides.
But I stayed, cause I wanted my marriage. But all I should've wanted was you. Because you always come to save and set free.
This is the mother of my child.
Oh,
Now, regardless of what you all think, we're all family. So we're gonna have to deal with this.
see, I was in love with the marriage, but it should've just been you, God. Oh, now I see you were setting me free. It was times I could have walked away, but I decided to stay. Oh yeah. It were times that you came to set me free. God, look what I done to me.
Okay, so this was her pulling up at the little cabin for whatever it is, and she came here and she looking and she found what she found, and this was about this. Look, the marriage has been built on nothing but lies and a bunch of cheat and deceit and all of that. So the marriage foundation has been rocky from start. If you're not coming in the comments and you're commenting that the marriage is built on a rocky and terrible foundation, then you're not really saying anything. What you're going to give me is a pro Amber stance, and you're not going to give me a very equal stance. Because that's what you need to talk about. What you need to talk about is the stance that the marriage was built on. It wasn't built on no prayer. It wasn't built on a woman being a woman of God. It wasn't built on any of those things. It was built on lies and deceit and cheating and all of that kind of thing. The foundation of it was terrible from the beginning. And if the foundation of a house is bad, then clearly the house is not built very, very well. So once there is a storm or is an earthquake, the foundation going to shake, the house is going to break down. And that is exactly what has basically happened to the Daltons. So, should she have left? Maybe. Should she have gotten divorced? Maybe. Who knows? Let's see exactly where it goes after here. My taking is this now. Take the 10%, move on to Dave, and go live your life. That's what she should do from my perspective. Because then, yes, then you can ask God to restore the years that the lotus has eaten. If you're not thinking like that, because that's how O'Neill think. O'Neill more or less on for what he's thinking about, right? Let Anthony go off into the sunset to do what he's doing, and him can work him thing out with Denisha's time go by. That will get worked out, because that still even need pieces to work out in itself. Because clearly Sheila is not handled as yet. So Denisha basically will have to handle that. Let's also hope that Amber don't introduce back her friends into the Dave thing, because if she does, then y'all will be having egg on y'all's faces again. But that's where we are, friends. That's exactly where we are. I don't get no sorry for whatever it is. But of course, they use these scenes to basically get the women them riled up, because of course the women them, for them, the woman is always right and God only blesses women, because that's kind of what I'm getting from it. When it comes to everything else, Amber is right, but everybody else is wrong. So she must do this adultery thing and everybody's okay with it. Let me not get off on a tangent. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all soon.